Hello, my friends, and thank you very much for being with me again today. What do we have here? I'm going to show you how the Hollywood is trying to push a narrative that we are not ready for yet, says Denzel Washington. So, remember, in a society, you have a few ways to push it towards the left, towards right. It's not coming from us inside here, it's pushed from above. And you do it through entertainment industry, mass media, schools, politicians, university professors, and so on. These are the guys. How do you do that? Do you think that you have a how do you call that? A fad? In a society just comes that everybody's gonna wear pink, and we're all gonna like, I don't know, Gigi, or somehow we're gonna like what's going on over there. No, all that is pushed. It's pushed by all these entities that I mentioned. Entertainment industry, in this case we have the Hollywood, then you have the mass media, which are the systems operatives, then you have the schools who write the curriculum for your children, so they make sure you're regimented since infancy. Who's in charge of that? The politicians. How to get politicians in power? Being elected with a lot of money. Who gives them money? We give them by donations, not Goldman Sachs or other big corporations. So these are just a few examples. I'm going to show you this little article. Here it is, coming from Variety. Gladiator 2. I didn't watch it, and I plan on not watching it because of this. Partly because of this. I don't know if these guys already portrayed Julius Caesar as such, but I disagree with that. Oh, 100%, because I could use, let's say, a midget Chinese guy playing Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Reverend. Would you like that? I don't think so. Anyway, so here we have Gladiator 2, cut gay kiss, homosexual kiss, says Denzel Washington. And I'm quoting, I kissed a guy full on the lips, yucks. And I guess they weren't ready for that yet. Well, my dear Denzel, what do you mean yet? So now it's going to be this push on being a mainstream thing. No, it's not going to be a mainstream thing. I mean, look in nature. How should I put it? What do we consider normal or natural? Looking at the behavior in general. That's the general rule. So if you look at nature and you look at cuckoo birds, you look at lions, you look at these kind of things, you see that certain behaviors do not exist. That means they're not natural. Now, in human beings, there are some deviations. There are some. There are special cases, deviations. So in this case, this guy he gets us ready. We are not ready yet. They were not ready yet. Who do you think made that movie? Why was it in the script? Why was Denzel Washington even in the movie? There are plenty of places where he can be at. I disliked very much when Big John, I think that's how you call him, in the Robin Hood story, was portrayed by whatever his name, Fox. You remember that guy? He's a black guy, African American. Now again, if you're okay with that, and why would you be? Remember, they don't like when you don't have a representation. He doesn't look like that guy. Why do we need to do this? And besides, the Hollywood doesn't work for us. Hollywood is pushing a narrative together with the media operatives, creates all kind of, they use a sponge to erase the history. And the children, our children and younger generation, watch these movies, and they think, oh yeah, that's normal right there. Denzel Washington playing, I don't know, a Roman former slave, blah, 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 blah. I personally don't care about it. And besides, I don't want to feel pity about me and take a shit on my ancestors. Why would I want that? Why would you want to do that on yours? It seems like these guys are looking, not it seems, it is, look for evil things that happened in all cultures, all nations, and they put it to the forefront of this is your culture. It's garbage. Why? So you can feel ashamed of your history. I spoke with someone it was yesterday, and I asked her if she knows what the Socratic method is. she looked at me like I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so I said, okay, let's go lower than that. Do you know who Socrates was? No. Oh, do you know who Plato was? No. Do you know who Aristotle was? Do you know who Moses was? Yes, I know who Moses was. So our guys, much, much more important in any way than, all right? She did not know about them, but she knew about Moses and probably Ariana Grande as well, and Beyonce and all this garbage. So this is done with a goal in mind. What could that goal be? And why us? It's not us doing it to us. It's they doing that to us, and you have baboons that don't know their history. They know 50 Cent and they know all this whatever Stallion and all that garbage, but ask them about, hey, can you name me five, no, 5 is too much, 3 compositions of, let's say, or 1 composition of 3 from our classical composers, let's say Mozart, Beethoven and Liszt, let's say that. Can you give me 1 of each? A name of a composition, one, and then why not? Or give me 5 of our classical geniuses composers, give me 5 names. I don't know, give me some Korsakov, give me some Tchaikovsky, give me some Beethoven, Mozart, as I said, give me some Paganini, give me something. Some 5. But ask them about telling you something else. About a movie, about the current events, current so-called culture that we embraced. And then what you do? The young generation is going to look up to the guys that you promote. Like the actors, like the rappers, or whatever, whoever is over there pushed by these guys. And then you're going to have your children loving those and hating those. All right, my friends, yes, they weren't ready for that yet. I'm all for art, but I can't ignore, I can't be a baboon not to understand what the push has been from Hollywood from 1950s. From 1950s, they've been trying to portray certain people as angels and morally superior to everybody else. You know who I'm talking about? The perpetual victims. Why? Because they were in charge of the studios, and they were the directors, and they were the financiers, the producers. I always look at the movies. I don't really watch them because I already know what's going on over there. They're way retarded. I look at who produced. And I always find a Katzman or a Glomberg or something like this, Golan, and you always find them over there. One of the 2, one of the 3, one alone. It's just a coincidence. Remember when Marlon Brando at Larry King show, he said that, Hollywood is owned by... Remember that one? And in 2 days he apologized. Why? I don't understand why, because he was dead in 2 years. He was not an actor for a long time, Marlon Brando. Probably he drank a little bit too much and he was in the moment of truth right there. The drunks and the children tell the truth. So I think that's why it was. All right, my friends, we're not ready yet. We're never going to be ready. And we're going to fight this cultural disintegration and perversion. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.